everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are doing good. Today's session is going to be a bit different. It's going to be on our one of the very useful features that is available in UiPath called self-healing or UiPath Healing Agent. Now, as name stands, it heals your project whenever there is an issue happens. Now, most of you may wonder why we have an error when everything is being tested thoroughly during RPA life cycle, and we do have like UiPath test cases, right? So why does it fail even after doing all those scenarios? Well, the answer to that is that, whenever you deal with UI automations, uh, the UI will not remain the same throughout its life, right? It is bound to change. It is bound to have an upgrade. It is bound to have a new look and feels to it, right? The selector will change. So this was one of the hectic part of handling UI automation is that you have to be you have to provide a support in a way wherein keep an eye on your process. If it is failing, a developer must jump into quickly review what is the issue, fix as soon as possible, and deploy your code into production, right? So now UiPath has seen this happening with the developer, and they have brought up a very useful solution called Healing Agent. Now, this Healing Agent, how does it help us is that whenever there is a UI changes happens, whenever there is a UI update that happens or look and feel changes, immediately the healing agent will turn on and it will start uh, fixing your selectors. It could be adding some delays and so on and so forth, so that it makes sure that your project runs smoothly without any error, right? So that, and then also the interesting part, or the part that which I love about is that it will record whatever it has made change, the steps that it has made changes in, or the part where it has made changes in. So the developer later, when they come back and when they see, they can actually go back and make a required adjustment to the code so that the next run won't fail again, right? Even if the developer is taking some time in the next for the next run to happen. Say for example, you have a project that you have deployed into the production. Now, after a year or something, there is a change in the UI element that happened, oh sorry, UI changes that came through. Now, a developer may not know because it could be late night. The changes has been deployed into that particular application, and developer may be away. Now, what will happen for your bot? Obviously, it's gonna fail without the healing agent. That's where our healing engine will come into picture. It will turn on. It will then fix wherever or whichever the activity needs fixing in terms of UI element. Then it will capture all the changes or the fixes that it has identified, and it will note it down with the screenshots. Okay. And then it will store it in your cloud environment. Uh, the process will run smoothly without any issue. It will also send out an email, whatever it is. Okay, it will do all the steps that your process has to do, and then developer will come back next day, assume, and then he or she will review the process and see, oh, okay, a healing agent has been turned on. Now, it means that we need to, and he or she can look into that details and they can take a necessary action on those selectors or whatever the information that was added, right? It could be a pop-up that came through, alert message that came through in the application, or it could be application selectors may have changed, or there may be some delay that it needed to be added. All those information it will capture. Now, there may be a lot of selectors that may require an update, or some of the selectors may require an update. Depending upon the complexity and depending upon the changes that is needed, developer will work on that changes. Now, assume that it is a lot changes that is needed, a lot more changes that is needed, and developer may not be able to finish before the next run. It doesn't matter. The next run, what happens again? The healing agent will gets turned on, and then it will start running and it will start fixing all those selectors same the way that it did last time, and it will make sure that the process runs smoothly without any error, right? So that's how the healing agent works. Now I have prepared the PPT explaining the same thing in the words over here. You can also find them in the, it's basically I have copied and pasted in the from the our documentation repository which is there. So I'll read it out loud. UiPath automation presents the challenges due to constantly evolving nature of user interfaces, as well as numerous external factors such as network throughput or application input and its performance, input output, or input and ever changing UI framework, right? UiPath Healing Agent offers a comprehensive solution with the self-healing experience based on JIT, just-in-time analysis of the UI automation process, which determines the most effective recovery strategy. This is very important point. I think it's a very well put point, I would say. They did provided a this recording over here, or a small demo. I would suggest you to go through this demo. I will attach this URL. Also, couple of URLs I'll explain as we go to that particular point. All the in this session, whichever URL that I'm going to talk about, or the portal that I'm referring to, everything will be attached to the description so that you yourself can go and take a look into those URLs. Okay. Now, healing agents provides two main benefits. Okay, so the I already have explained, it can offer a recommendation when UI automation fails. Healing agent can suggest new selector. Sorry about that. Healing agent can suggest new selectors, add smart delays or a specific add delays at specific areas, and update code snippets to handle unexpected pop-ups. First, it offers a recommendation. If you want a recommendation and not make any changes, it can do that. Also, it can also provide a self-healing capability, which complements that are already robust unified target fallback approach. So basically, it you can choose whether you want a recommendation or you want a self-healing. That I'll explain where you can choose it. Based on these options, you can have your healing agent performed as per as per your requirement. Okay. And how does it benefits in terms of unattended and attended process automations? Unattended processes are it so processes basically runs on a virtual machine or a background processes, right? That may fail frequently in terms of UI operation. So it is helpful in that areas. And then attended processes per se, if a human is working alongside with the bot that is running in that particular same machine, there is a error that bound to happen with respect of interaction between the uh, machine, right? The user machine. So the UI, the self healing agent will fix it on its own and then perform without throwing any error. So these are the two area, or this is how the attended and unattended automation behaves. Okay. Now we'll get into a practical example. I have an app that I have created. If I just show you, I'll open this. Oops, not this one. Not this one too. Yeah, this one. Not this one as well. My bad. Where is it? Right. Yeah, sorry. This one. So I have created an app. It's a sample demo app, which is basically to show functionality of any of our UiPath features. So first and foremost, it doesn't have much in it. It's just as a click submit button. When you click it, you get an congratulation. You learned healing agent. This is customized one for now. Now let me get back to our UiPath. Just reject it. Uh, so I have used UiPath, UI automation activity to perform UiPath automation, or sorry, UI automation. Now, I will provide a selector, which is the selector. Now, uh, let's do click. Now I wanted to click, right? So click on submit button. Done. So I'll keep everything as is. I don't need computer vision, and I'll keep strict selector as is. You can customize this as per your requirement. But for now, I'll keep it as is, as this is just a demo session of it. Now, if I show you here, there is something called, I'll scroll down a bit, healing mode. Now you see here in inherit job settings, recommendation only. So if healing agent to uh, okay, let if you read through it, allow healing agent to provide fixed recommendation only if allowed by governance or orchestration processes or triggers. So it only provides a recommendation, okay? But this one, by using whatever you set in your orchestrator, that kind of settings it is available. Now I'm just going with the this one approach itself. This one we'll see in our latest next recording on this UiPath Healing Agent series. Okay. Now I have done this. Let's just run and see if this works. Okay. Yeah, this is working. Now let's make a change in the selector. This is not my selector, the strict selector. Okay. So this is what it was saying, right? So I'll let me remove out this. Okay, let me do one thing. Let's do edit target. Okay. And let's do some customization to this selector. I don't need CSS. And do I have anything else? No, let's do one thing. Let's click on innermost submit button. Right now I have this, right? So this is my selector. Let's let's validate it. Selector method is different position. Okay. That's right. What's two different scheme? Oh, okay. So let's do. Let me confirm this. Now let's do one more time. Edit. Right. Now this gets validated properly. I was in different screen. That's why it was throwing an error. But that's okay. Now we have a proper selector. But let's run this one and see if this is working. Yeah, it does work. Now let's do one thing. This selector, instead of submit, I'll just remove T. Okay. I won't validate it. Even if I validate it, it's going to be an error. See. Okay. Now we have turned on the selectors, right? Sorry, what is that? Uh, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? The healing agent. It should be job setting. Yeah, here. Same as the app or browser, which is basically I have set it to the behavior is set to job settings, right? Okay. Now, if I run it now here, it will throw an error because I yet to set this one is not yet migrated, right? So it's gonna throw an error. Let me show you. It will throw an error because the project is not yet migrated into production and there is no job setting has been done, right? Let's do one thing. Basically, I didn't give the timeout, right? So it's gonna take 30 seconds as default timeout. Let's target, yeah, yeah, okay. That's okay. Anyway, it is failing. Let us migrate this into our orchestrator. Okay. Okay. Let me migrate this. Let me go to the path. I don't have healing agent added in here for process. Now healing agent version 3. This should be enabled. I hope you can see the screen. So enable healing agent. Healing agent enable the healing agent to provide recommendation and suggestion to how to fix UI automation issues on running jobs in the future. Option two, self heal is available. So this one is self healing option. Okay. Now create. Okay. I won't run this here. Release doesn't exist. Okay. It's okay. Don't worry about it. So healing agent is this one. Let me install this healing agent. I do not have Cloudlet server established, so I'm just using my laptop itself. Let's go back. Oh, my bad. I need to keep the screen available. Just a second. Let's go back to our stop. Yeah, stop. Okay. Now let's run this again. Running, yeah, it's running. Now I have mentioned it as healing agent enable, right? So again, the default activity timeout is 30 seconds. It's gonna wait until 30 seconds. Done this. Also, if you see here, job history, not job history, my bad, sorry. It did mention it has completed, it took 1 minute, but let's go back to our orchestrator, which is this one. Uh, so the job it ran is this one just a minute ago, right? Now let's open this. See, healing agent has been performed. In your job details also you can see auto job details so and so, and the information of the download debug file is given. Also in the healing agent, if you see, same information, affected activities, click span, the same activity. So here it has mentioned the details. See, update the target property in the activity. The target element could not be found using the current selector definition. A new selector element definition was generated and used for this activity. Okay, so this is the one that we had, and this is the new uh, selector that it has identified and it has used, right? If you closely observe one thing, when we manually calculated or when we just hovered on the submit button, and we got some CSS selectors and everything, right? But we did customize it, right? But healing agent also worked in the same manner. It only gave us the customized selector, the one with the CSS and everything. By default, the one that we get whenever we perform a indicate on screen, right? So I think this is one of the best approach that UiPath has followed, and it actually think out of the box, right? That is actually good point that I would say. Also, if you see one more thing, one more point I loved about is that I could actually see the screen, basically screenshots of it, on what and all the steps that it has performed, all the steps. It opened the application, it clicked on the or it looked for this particular button, and then it clicked on that button. So this is what I love the most. You could see the screenshots, you could see where exactly, what exactly the target selector that got failed, and what is the alternative selector that it has proposed us and it has used us in a smart way. And that too, you don't, it did not give us random or machine informations like the way that you do, right? Just indicate on element. It didn't give that kind of selector, but it gave us the customized one which we wanted, right? Now, okay, enough about praising healing agent, but let's go back to trying to understand more on the healing agent. Now, you see here in the job details, also in the healing agent, if you see here, auto copilot is available, right? It is mentioned that download the debug file. Now, you can have, there are two things that is available. One, you can download the debug file. Also, you can open in your studio. Now, hold on a second, okay? You can do this one uh, when your code runs in a production. Basically, when your code runs in one server, but you don't have an UiPath installed in that server, or you have different machine that you use for your own UiPath development projects. So you perform the steps that I'm going to explain now. And if you say if you say, think that what the orchestrator that you are opening in the same machine where your studio is installed, go ahead and click on this. Okay, I'll go with both the options. I'll tell you what how to perform this. Now, I have already clicked on download, and I downloaded this file. Now this file will be available in our download folder. What we have to do is go to your UiPath studio. Okay, now there is in your right side, there is something called auto copilot, right? Or autopilot. Import. Now click on this one that you just downloaded, and just wait for a minute. Okay, so you see here, whatever it has created, or whatever it has uh, showed in the orchestrator, the same thing is available over here, right? Now, if you click on apply, right? Before applying it, let me just show you these selectors available. This is what the selector, right? Keep it in mind. Now, I'll go to my Copilot again. And if I click on apply, okay, let's cancel this out for a second. And let's keep the screen available, which is this one. Okay. Now, let me do apply again. You see, the new selector is available over here. And then you click on confirm. When you do that, this new just a second. This has been applied is what it said. Okay. Now see, let's see if that is true. That exactly true, right? Now if I run this again, it should be able to click on submit. Yeah. See, it did click on submit. But I do want to see something. Yeah. It's did. It may be taking some time. Earlier, if you saw that I was still seeing the uh, instead of submit, only up until I was able to see. It could be that it was taking some time to reflect in my orchestrate, or sorry, in my studio. That's okay. Now this is a one way of doing it. When you don't have your studio installed in the same machine where you actually accessing the orchestrator. Okay. The second option is, you already have your orchestrator in your server where you are having your studio. Now you click on this open. Now your studio will get is getting refreshed now. It's gonna open. Ignore this because I already have the project opened it. So that's why it's showing this error. Now go to it will take you to auto copilot itself directly, and then you can click on submit apply. Same thing, same step that I have done. Same thing. You click on apply, and it will take you to the screen that it's supposed to uh, validate, that you supposed to validate, and then you can hit on uh, save button. Okay, and now once you completed your changes, you again have to publish it. Now if I publish this again with the new selector, I'll go back to the orchestrator, and let's see, the process of healing agent is here. I need to upgrade this. Okay. Now let's run it here. I need to install again. And then before that, let me go to the screen and then reject this one. Yeah. Next, we'll run this. Okay, now let's keep the screen available. See, it's done. The run is successful, and if I go back to my orchestrator and to the job, this is the one that just got executed. The job has completed successfully without any issue requiring self healing. Okay, so it did not require any kind of a self healing. But if you could see earlier, it did require a self healing. So self healing enabled, but it also copilot, sorry, pilot also downloaded all the information from the self healing, right? So this is how the self healing is performed. Now, one more point that I want to talk about uh, regarding self healing is the uh, let me scroll down to verify execution. So verify execution is such activity. These are available in click four activity, if I'm not wrong. Click over, type into, I think send hotkey. I'm not really sure about it, the last one, but I there are four activity that self verify execution is enabled. Why we need to have this verify execution and all those things, I'll cover it in different session. But now, one thing you need to know about verify execution is that if you give verify execution, or you should probably, I mean, even UiPath recommend to use this verify execution whenever you deal with UI automation such as click, type into, hover, or send hotkeys, is that whenever you have in your UI automation, you bound to get, or you don't know what kind of pop-up that you may end up getting, right? So it will help you in those kind of scenarios. Okay, so to illustrate that, I think I could make some changes in our app. Let's try it out. Okay, let's give it a try. uh, let's disable this, and I'll enable this one. So basically, what this my pop-up does is that, let's close this out. Let's publish this. Now, if I click on submit, a pop-up will appear, and if I click on OK, it will go away. Okay, so it's just making sure that we are getting that pop-up kind of process. Now, let's use click again to capture that capture something, which is this one. I just said that the verify execution appears in only, uh, just a second. Let's use fuzzy itself. Okay, so the execution of verify execution appears in only four activities, like click, type into, let's search it, right? I'll show you. Type into, you see here, yeah, verify execution is there. Click, and then next, what I said, over, right? Okay, verify, yeah, verify execution is available. Send hotkey. Not this one. Keyboard shortcuts. Verify execution. So these are the four activity that it has the feature enabled. And remember, this feature is not there for uh, our classic mode of UI automation. Okay. Now, why did I do this one? Is that, I wanted to check whether we are able to perform, or verify execution can be performed by using these features that is available for even I mean, we can consider this as a healing agent as well. Now you see here, let me do get text. Okay, now if I select capture the screen, Same thing. Okay. I'll just type variable as text data, and then I'll right line this information in the screen. Text data. Done. So, okay. Now, if you see here, get text doesn't have a verify execution option. That's why I have performed a click activity wherein it will able to so, uh, it will be able to click on whatever the pop-up that comes up and capture this. Okay. So our robot's supposed to do all those steps. Now, let's publish this and see how our bot will perform on this kind of scenario. I'll explain in detail on verification execution process, okay, later in our next session of UiPath Healing Agents. Let's go back to our process, upgrade this version to 5th version, and go back to here and download the latest version. Now, before running it, I need to make sure that I'm on that screen. Yep. Now let's run. Okay. See, it clicked on the OK button. It captured the information. I did not give, if I go back in the code, I did not give a option of clicking on the OK button at all. I just said that click on the message, right? Click on the message. So that's how healing agent also verification, what is it? The verification execution works. Okay. So the combining these two forces would actually be a great addition to our UiPath automation projects. I hope this was useful content for you. I'll go to the UiPath. What is happening? Let me close this pop-up. We don't want that anymore. Okay. So this is the UiPath forum where you have an article or a blog about what is UiPath agent and UiPath healing agent and a demo. I suggest everyone to go through this demo. It's actually very useful, and with this one demo, you will be able to understand a lot more about UiPath healing agent. Even those if points that I missed to cover over here, and this blog contains a lot of informations like what kind of use cases that you can use, and if you are a person who is a developer, uh, or a tech lead, you may need to look into this information of what is the limitations of healing agent. So only Windows and cross-platform or projects are supported here. Healing agent can close pop-ups or a dialog only if automation activities are using verification features. The one that I just talked about, this verification window, where it is. Uh, verification execution. If you keep it as null, it won't work. Okay, you have to keep it as verify execution property enabled. Now, target based on computer vision only cannot be recovered as of now. As of now, it can only work for fuzzy or a strict selector. Classic UI automation are not supported, which I covered earlier. Healing agent cannot detect dialog or a interfering external app if the automation is executing with application exposed to RDP Citrix environment. Okay. Healing agent cannot detect dialog. Oh, this is repeated. Ignore it. Healing agent cannot detect alert prompt if the automation execution happens on a serverless robot also. Okay. So these are the limitations. Keep it in mind when you use healing agent. And it's a beautiful workflow has been shared on how it works in attended mode without or with Copilot or healing agent without auto healing agent. Please do go through it, and please do provide your link or like to this blog, vote for this blog, right? and do log. If you don't have an account, do log in. Since this is my Let's Automate channel, I have not logged in, but I did subscribe, or I do have an account and community, and I have already liked this blog. Do give your thumbs up if you like this blog, because if person is creating any blogs in any kind of a forum, it means they have spent a lot of effort in building up such a beautiful thing. So give an appreciation for that, right? And then coming to key features, they have mentioned all the key features, etc. Yeah, if you are admin or tech lead, maybe these you may need to be aware about the features and where exactly this is applicable, the UI healing agent, and all those informations. Do go through all these things, which these are all I have already covered. Okay, and then coming to the point, the last point that I want to cover is the licensing. This does have a licensing to it. Okay, do not think that this doesn't have a licensing. It comes with the license. It's called agentic. If I'm not wrong, where exactly is it? Yeah, agentic units. It is called as agentic unit. I will attach this as well in the description for the understanding in terms of licensing and pricing. So, couple of things that you need to understand is that, first and foremost, this table for community, there is no licenses involved. There, if the license is basic, standard, and enterprise, it goes in this way. It requires paid consumption add-ons. For standard, requires paid platform add-ons that includes 5,000 healing per year. Includes 5,000 healing per year. I would recommend you to reach out to the representative of UiPath to understand in detail information on the licensing and consumption. Here, a couple of things that I have mentioned is that, if okay, I did mention about the recommendation, right? So I'll give a practical use case scenario soon, but you need to be aware about how the consumption happens. One charge is equal to three platform unit. We need to understand what this platform unit. I'll do some research and I'll get back to you on this, maybe in our comment session. If recommendation, I told you, right? There is two things that healing agent provides: recommendation and the self healing. If the recommendation are enabled, you're charged once per recommendation, unless of whether it is followed by a manual fix or not. Sorry, regardless whether you're performing manual or fix or not. If recommendation is provided, then a charge has been applied. Even if self-healing is enabled, obviously a charge will be applied to it for healing or self-healing action. You're charged the same regardless whether recommendation or a self-healing is provided, right? So in that case, you probably go with the self-healing again based on your requirement. Okay, if the same UI automation activity fails repeatedly during this single job execution, healing agent heals the activity and then reuses this healing information for subsequent failure. A charge is applicable once for the healing agent. No additional charges is incurred for the subsequent uses of the same healing information. Healing information from the previous run is not retained for the next run. Again, they will incur additional charges. Now, failed self-healing actions are not charged at all. Basically, even applying the self-healing, if it did not run properly, then no charges is applied to it. Okay. Now, this is a consumption. This point you need to be aware about. Once you consume or once you exhaust the healing agent actions included in your plan, you will be charged 15 agent per recommendation or a healing agent action. So get an my suggestion would be is that get a hold of UiPath representative and discuss thoroughly with them on the licensing and pricing before you opt for it. Understand what is the charges applicable and everything before you start using also. Okay, so that you make a informed decision. Okay. So with that being said, again I'm mentioning I'm gonna attach all these links in the description box. You can click and go through all of them by yourself. And that's it for today. Hope this was informative. And for more such kind of video, please do subscribe, hit the like button and share.